Okay, let's continue for today's session. So last day we discussed about the create record using the LWC component without using the Apex class. Right. Today I will explain the same procedure, means same component, but not the insert. It will be a update. That means without using the Apex class, how we using the LWC component we can update a record. Just a small, you can say, coding overview I will give you in via LWC component. How can you update a specific record? Just sharing my screen. If you can see my screen, let me know.
Yes.
Okay. So this is the LWC component I have created in my org. What is that? It's actually simply LWC component. It's telling that how can you update a record via LWC. Now in this LWC component, what I have taken, I have actually taken two input field. One is ID, another one is the name. And there is another button called update record. It's actually on click of this particular button, the update operation will happen. And in this particular input field, in the ID and name, I have given a on change function. Why it's on change? Because even if you are searching, or sorry, if you are typing anything there, and automatically it will take that new value. So just for the example purpose, I have given this one. But normally ID, most of the time you are putting dynamically. That means you are not hard coding, or you are not typing the ID in the text, I mean in the input field. But for the simple example, I have given the scenario like where actually you have to give the ID as well as the name. ID means for which record you want to update, and name means what value actually you want to update, something like that. Now this is the HTML for HTML component. Now how actually I have written the LWC component, sorry, the JS component. See, like last day when we discussed like there is a import functionality in the LWC where via which actually you can insert a record. Same some same decorator also present for the update operation. What is that? It's called update record. This is the decorator, or this is the function you can say, which actually, and the syntax is same, lightning slash UI record API. It's a component of UI record, lightning UI record API, which actually if you write me, if you import, what actually it will do, it will actually call the app, means the component, and it will update the record. This is inbuilt lightning UI record API, and this is the update record is the syntax for that. And as we discussed previously also, that be very careful about the means capital letter and small letter case, because it's very case sensitive. Now in this particular example, what are we have taken, we have taken one, we have taken the record action item update record, we have taken one ID. And in ID, what the value we have taken, it's a schema object details we have taken, it's account.id we have taken. That means this particular update operation will operate on the account object. And also we have taken a name, we have imported the name field of the account. So these two fields we have taken from the schema object, schema component. And we have in this particular one, we have actually declared the two variables. And API record ID we are not using here, but why I have kept here, because if you want to dynamically put the record ID of the page, that means if this particular component you are using in a particular record page, in the account record page, so to get the ID of that particular record dynamically, you can put this component called API record ID, and then in this particular one you can put the this record ID, and then automatically in the page where actually you are giving this value, automatically it will take this value, means the record ID of this particular record, it will be taken. And how actually you can write there, if you want to write dynamically, something like that.
Like the same thing, like we can like use in flow. Like if I using a flow, create a button, like,
Hmm.
so this button we can we are putting in our record page, so we can pass the record id. Same thing you can do in here,
Yeah,
right?
definitely. Yes, yes, actually. So flow is actually the configuration thing where actually you are means drag and drop or something enabling something, but it's a customization. That's why you are writing some code. But whatever the procedure you told, that is the correct.
Yep.
Now in this way you can dynamically put the record ID of the page. But
Give the
for
one sorry for interrupting. One thing, like in the update record, when we have to create the constant of fields, right? In that point of time, we can also do that, like this dot record ID, right?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, that is actually I have kept here. This dot record ID I have already given means given. Here also you can put this dot record ID.
Right.
That means dynamically you can put the record ID here also.
That will work same, right?
Yes.
Hmm. Okay.
Now, for this example, what I have done, it's a ID handler event I have taken, which is actually a on change event I have written in the ID field. That means whenever you are giving any ID, the new ID value, it will be assigned in this variable. Same one or another on change event we have created for the name input field. See name handler. The same thing means whatever the name value you are updating or you are giving, that is each event means on change event that we are taking the value how it's event dot target. That means event when in from which target it is firing, that is this one. And what is the value means how actually we are means whatever the value we are giving, that value we are putting in this particular variable.
Please,
Now
sorry for interrupting. Like, Indral is trying to join that meeting, but he is not able to join that. Can you please accept his invitation? Mm, hello.
yeah,
Yeah.
I think he
Yeah.
joined.
Yes. 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 Yes.
Okay. So I think Indranil, Sujoy, Tomojit, Subodhip, Rakesh, Payal. Rakesh. So Manimala, Ansita has not joined.
Anshita also here.
Ansita is here. Okay. So Manimala has not joined. Okay. Okay. Now just the on change event I have explained. And now what we are doing, we are actually this particular update record operations, whatever we have already declared importing, we are doing the same thing. We are actually creating one handler means it's also a on click handler class. What actually it is doing, it is calling this one on click means when we are clicking the update record button, it's calling this handler in this particular method. And what actually it's assigning, it's taking some of the fields. You can see the fields we have taken. Whatever the fields we are taking the id. And in this id fields, what we are actually means giving, we are giving the variable value. That means we are assigning the variable value in this id field. And also name field, we are assigning the name variable value, means whatever the name you have given. Just a minute.
I believe Munimala also wants to join. She is not able to join.
Mm. Now this is the syntax. You just keep remember record input. That means which is the input you are giving. What are the input values you are giving for the update operations? means what are the fields values you are giving. See, record input, in the fields we are giving this kind of fields. Here you can write a in number of fields, whatever the fields values you want to update. You can keep, you can give here the email or phone number or whatever, and all those fields actually we are giving in this particular record input. Just a minute, give me 1 minute. Sorry, just continuing my point. And now in the record input field we are giving the fields whatever we actually want to update. Now we are calling the update record operation. Just I mentioned update record operation, we are giving the fields of input fields, every input fields whatever we have already declared here. And in, if you call this update record operation, automatically it will take the id and it will take the new value and it will update the record. Now whatever we have in for this is actually nothing but the try catch. That means if you want to showcase any alert message or something, you can just in this format you can either put a success message or you can catch the error and you can uh, put in the screen or in the console log. So in this particular try block, what we have done, we just actually the variables, the ID and name, whatever the values you were giving previously, we are just refreshing those value with a blank value. That means every time when you click the update record, sorry, update button, update record button, automatically this method will be called. In this method, the update record operations will be done with the record input values, means whatever the input values you have taken here. And the after the operation is successful, those fields we are actually refreshing here. Now this is the optional, means this is not mandatory for every time. You can just put any you can just put this particular line or you cannot, that is depends on you. Just for example purpose I have given, that means whenever you are clicking the button, automatically after update operation it will be refreshed, the two input field will be refreshed with a blank value. Now I have just actually deployed this component in my personal developer org, and I can just
Divya, I
j-
have a question. Like,
yeah.
if like you can write the up, update handler, right? So
Mhm.
you can choose a variable like const fields equal to curly brackets. Why we are putting this curly brackets? Like,
This one.
yes, means I know that this is a field. A field is a variable, const variable.
Mhm.
So why
This
I
is a
provide?
list, actually list of
Okay,
fields actually you are giving, that's why it's a curly bracket. It's
but
a array, you can say array. So
okay,
that's why you are putting the curly braces. Okay, because it's
okay.
not only one field. See, there is two fields you have actually given here.
So if I any list of like if I declare any list of variables, so that I am using this
Yeah.
curly box, right?
Yes, yes. Anytime when you are declaring any array, you just giving the curly braces normally in a variable.
Okay,
Okay.
understood.
Now, if means, can you see my screen right now, or I have to say again?
Yeah,
No,
It's
yeah,
everything is the JS
You
code.
can see visible.
yeah, no, it's a VLC code or it's a
you
means
are, yeah, we are.
Visual
Yeah,
code.
VS Code, VS Code.
Yes.
okay, Visual Studio Code. Let me share again. Can I see my developer org?
Yes, no.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. See, actually, I have means imported the LWC component in my personal developer org, and this is the component we have created. I mentioned there is two input variables I have used for name and ID, and there is an button called update record. And if you click this update record, what will happen? It will be automatically update the name. Normally we are not updating the ID, so that's why for the example we have kept this ID value here. But normally this ID value is not required in the screen. Normally it will take dynamically from the page, and automatically it will the update the fields whatever you mentioned here. Means either it will be a name or phone number or whatever is there, or anything. So, but for simple example, what I have given, I have kept the ID here. Normally, if you want to change this ID, it will give you error, because normally Salesforce ID you cannot update. So keep it in mind. That means any value if you mention, and if you want to update the ID, then normally it will not happen.
It
But
is just for identifying the actual
identifying the actual
yeah,
record.
record.
Normally, that's why it's a hard coded ID I have given, but not in the same in the actual scenario or project scenario. You can say this ID will be taken from the backend via code also, or via any. And if you add this in the home page, then how can you get the ID? It will be via dynamically. It will be taken from the backend via code or via in some logic. And if you add it in the record edit page or record page, then it will be taken from the record page via record ID. I shown you. So just what the fields you can update apart from ID, whatever the fields you are declaring there, normally those input fields, if you want to update, then you can. Then here actually I have kept as a name. Now just if I give anything, just like if I click the update record button, automatically the record up will be updated. See, actually it's a means forceful refresh you have to do every time to get the updated value. But there is another options, that means refresh apex. That means it's a particular component, it will be updated, sorry, it will be refreshed whenever you are actually doing any operation. So forgot about that part. Just you can see that now when I keep the ID and given the new name and click on the update record, it is automatically updating the account name, and also this particular input values are means becoming the blank. That means as I done here, that means after update operation we are actually refreshing the values whatever we kept in the variables. Same thing means just I am giving the old name whatever is there. Just if I click, see that it's updating, and it is actually going to blank. So the update operation is clear. Any questions on this particular update operation?
No, Deepta, it's clear.
No, no. That's okay.
Okay. Today I don't have too much to explain to you, so that's why I'm going by small part. That is actually now is actually update operation. I explained previously. We discussed about the insert, or sorry, create operations. Today I explained the update operation, and one or more operations will explain. That is called you can say the delete operation. That means via this particular LWC component you can delete without writing any apex class. Okay, just a minute. Just I'm sharing my screen again.
Vidya, I just have a little question, if you allow me.
Mm-hmm.
So like I have tried this delete record all by myself. Like we just need to delete the record ID only.
Mm-hmm.
But the thing is, when I am hard coding the ID in the JS,
Mm-hmm.
then it is working. But if I want to dynamically fetch the ID from the page, record page,
Mm-hmm.
then it is not working. The code is not working. The record is not getting deleted. So is there any validation or something like that? I will not be able to
You
delete.
are adding this component in the record page.
Yes, I am trying to do that. Like delete API record ID, and that record ID should get deleted, but it is not getting deleted.
Okay.
But when I'm giving the ID, hard coding the ID in the JS, then it is working fine. From the home page, I am clicking on the delete, and the record, the account record or the contact record, whatever it is, get deleted. But in the specific record page, when I'm clicking on the delete button, it is not happening anything.
Okay. I have to check the code actually. Then I can say that what is the issue is actually creating there.
Okay, okay.
Because see actually in the JS normally you will not get any error in the screen. That's
Hmm.
the problem.
Right.
And that's why we have to check that what is the exact problem we are getting there.
Okay.
Then now, so after giving these comments, this particular example, we have some time. Then we can discuss about the every problems and details, whatever we have. That means you can say question and
Yes.
answer session.
Sure. Sure.
And I'll
Vidya.
stop recording, and you can ask, discuss. We can discuss about the different scenarios. Okay. So if we can get any kind of solutions, then it will be okay for us. Then otherwise, we have to look in different time, and we have to find out the root cause for that. Okay, so let me share my screen. Okay, now just let me know if you can see my screen.
Yes, the
Uh,
visual studio page.
Okay. Now the apex slash, what is actually I have written? I have just written because I want to show some of the list of the data. That's why I have actually given means written this apex class. Normally for the delete you can see there is nothing, delete operation is written there. That means DML operation, delete DML operation is not written. Only it is returning a list, which list we are actually displaying a LWC component to, means for giving the example for the delete operations. What is the actually the LWC component? It's showcasing. I can show you. Sorry, this is in the home page. We have added this LWC component. What is actually it is taking? It is actually taking a list of account records, and on each account record you have a delete record button. Whenever you will click this delete record button, individual record it will be deleted. Means this record will be deleted. If you click the delete record in the data collector record will be deleted. Something like that. Now, how actually we are writing the HTML and JS, I'm explaining you. So you can understand why you have written this Apex class. This Apex class is not written for the delete DML operations. It is written only for actually
President.
returning a list and showcasing in the LWC component. Now, if I go in the JS component, see here actually delete record, some same like update record. You have a method I just explained in the UI record API called update record. Same kind of method is also present in the lightning UI record API. It's called delete record. But it's also, please follow the case means capital letters, small letters very carefully, because it's a case sensitive one. I means I'm telling you means repeatedly, so be careful about that. But delete record is actually a decorator which in the UI record API Just a minute. Just a minute. Sorry. When you are working from home, you have a lots of problem. So, okay. So delete record is actually another one. It's called the another decorator, which actually deleting the record without using the Apex DML operations. Now, in this particular import access, this is the import means the import file for the Apex class. You can see the method we are importing. It's actually this is the method where which is actually returning the list. We are taking this particular list and in the where method, that's why we put is a cacheable equal to true, and we are actually in this where method, and we in the HTML format, what we are doing, we are displaying this particular record. Okay, see here actually you can see this SSC list, SSC.data. Here actually in the where method we are declaring the variable as SSC data, and we are iterating through the SSC data, and we are displaying the two values, SSC.name and SSC.website. Normally for all the account there is no value called website, that's why it's coming as blank. If you put a value in this particular example, it always it will show the record, means the values, but normally there is no website value. Let me go, let me put some website value in this any of this particular record so that you can get a idea. Now if you refresh this page, see these two values is actually coming. And in the HTML format we have also given one delete button. It's a lightning button called delete record, which actually on click it's actually firing a method called delete handler. And very careful about this particular line. This is the actually the ID it is taking for which actually the delete operation will happen. Now data, this syntax always it will be data hyphen ACCID. Now in this ACCID you can put anything. This is actually dynamic one, means the variable. Now in this ACCID you can put your name as well, but whatever the value you are giving, the same value you have to refer in the JS. So this syntax is very important for the delete operation. Just be very careful. That means in the lightning button, on click event and everything is fine, but how actually you can understand which ID, means which particular record you have to update, this is the syntax. Okay, so in this particular, when you are clicking any delete button, because this is in the for loop, that means for every record you will get one delete button. You can see in the screen, for every record you are getting one delete button. So whenever the whatever the button you are clicking on the particular backend ID, it is referred via this particular variables. Now data, always it will be data and hyphen, and you can put any value here. Okay, any questions on this
So
particular
for,
line?
so for context, so like for con ID, I can write here.
Here anything, it's not like ID, you can write your name as well.
Okay, that I understand. But what about the
Here
curly?
actually it's a variable, means for each variable you are putting here. Now see, whatever the list you are here actually giving, you
Mhm.
can put any kind of variable here, either it's a SEC or account or anything.
Okay.
Now that ID we are referring. Let's say it's a contact. You will give here as a variable as iteration variable. It's called iteration variable.
Yeah, like for this colon the list.
Yes, yes. Now if you give con, then you have to give here con.
Okay.
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 This is the variable you are assigning. Just I'm This is a variable you are assigning where actually you are giving the iteration variable. Okay.
Okay, okay.
And which field you are assigning, normally for the delete operation you need the ID. That's why
Yes,
we are assigning the ID.
yes, we need to delete the ID.
Yeah. Now, if I go to the delete account operation, that means delete handler event. See here, we put the event because on click event, we are firing this particular delete operations. Okay. Now, what actually in the constant, there is one constant is required. It's not required any number of fields. Be careful. Only one field is required, that is the ID. So
Hmm.
that's why we don't require name, website or other fields. Only ID we need. What we are keeping, we are getting here event.target.dataset.sccid. Now, why event? Event is actually this one is the event. Target means for which button you have given, and data set is actually nothing but this is actually a set of data, and on this data set whatever the value you are putting, it's the variable you declare here. This is the SSC ID I have declared. See that variable you are assigning in the record ID. Now if you give here, if I give my name, let's say data deep. Now you have to write here also deep. Okay. That means for this particular data set, if you clicking on this event, which target on this data set you are clicking on this particular event, particular on that event or target, you are keeping this, means you are means fetching this ID which is mentioned by some variable name, and you are putting in a record ID variable constant. Okay, clear?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, just I am.
So, like one question I have, that is for create record, you are using promise and also like try catch for update and for delete. So, if I don't put that, so
No, no, no problem. No problem. If you don't put that, there is no nothing. No problem. Normally, it's a best practice. Why? It's actually whenever you are updating or deleting any record, normally how can you inform the user, the end user,
yeah,
okay, or customer
yeah.
that the operation is done? They will not get any overview. Okay, so that's why it's a best practice. That means you should put a try catch. Normally, try catch why you are putting that, so that we can actually track the error as well.
Mm-hmm.
If something is happening, that means there is some validation fire, that's why the operation is not happen. So that's why we are putting the try catch. Okay, and in the try block, normally it's what is the, it's a result. If dot then result, that means if it is success.
Hmm.
Here we are putting a alert, that means which record we are deleting, this alert we are giving here.
Hmm.
Normally you can put a toast message here, the record has been successfully deleted, and then whatever you want. Or you can console log, means you can keep in a console log, that means okay, we can keep for the future use that okay, this is operating successfully. So try catch block for developer purpose, also for customer purpose we are keeping. And it's a best practice because you have to showcase some to the customer so that they can get a overview. Okay, this operation happened and this one operation is successful, something like that. And
Okay.
also in the catch part, you can put another toast message, it's saying that it's error, like we can put the toast message the syntax called error, warning or success, like no means I think you know, right?
Mm-hmm.
So
Like,
error you can put, and you can put the error message there. So either you can put a error message, the default error message what is coming, see here is actually default error dot body dot message. That means whatever the error is coming from the system, you can put that one. Or you can put a dynamic message that okay, something goes wrong, or the anything you can put there, so customer should not be confused, something
sorry,
like that.
sorry to interrupt, but last time here just put it like plus error, like only the error is was showing for creating a record, right? But right now it is showing like JSON dot stringify dot error dot
Yeah,
body.
because error is actually a string, sorry, JSON file. And now in the error, there you have a different values. You in error you have body, in the body you have the message that what is the error actually you are getting. So for that actually we are writing this particular logic. JSON the stringify, we are the error part, and from the error part means the JSON the stringify means we are actually putting the JSON, sorry, we are actually getting the JSON file and we are actually putting in a format. And from that format, we are fetching the value. There is a body in the error JSON. We are fetching the body part of the error. And also in the body, we have a message part. So what we are getting, we are getting the error.body.message. That means exactly what is the error message we are actually fetching.
Okay.
Okay. So error always it is coming as a JSON. So that's why from that you are fetching one particular message or one particular value. This is the syntax. Okay. Don't confuse about this body.message. Normally it's coming as a system way, but normally JSON you can write whatever you want in a format. And from that you can fetch in the JSON part, you can fetch any particular value, whatever you want. Okay, this is
Okay,
a
like
system generated part. That's why we are writing. We know that in the system generated part, whenever we are getting the error will be always generating in this format. Their error will be there is a JSON string, and there will be a body in this error, and there should be in the body there should be a message. That's why it's coming in this in this way. Okay.
okay, okay. Like it is like formatting JSON to string. The error is a JSON, so it is formatting from JSON to string,
Yes.
and the
Yes.
yes, and the body and the message is the like standard thing.
It's a value on string value pair, you can say, because this is the string message in the JSON you will get, and the message string has some value, so you are fetching the value. It's actually something like map, you can say.
Okay.
Okay. Now this particular part is clear. That means if you click this delete record operation, it's actually taking the record ID and it is doing the operation, means deleting. And then in the try catch block, nothing we are actually keeping, means we are giving some alert, something like that. That is clear.
Yes.
So now if I go to the screen, just refreshing the page. Now if I delete this particular record, see here is the actually record ID. I'm just deleting this record. Oh, there is something called messages. I think this creating some problem for this particular code. If I keep this one, so not showing the alert somehow, but the record will be deleted. See, the record has been deleted. That means delete operation has happened, but somehow the showcasing the error message is something, it's creating the problem. Now if I refresh this page,
So
you can
we are using like one static message and one is dynamic, like error.body.message. Like that is
Mhm.
a record not deleted, right? This is a static message. Okay.
Yeah.
And then we are using here like error.body.message. It is a
Yeah.
dynamic, right?
Mhm.
So
No, this is not the problem actually. We have to find out that what is actually creating the issue. It can be that some of the syntax is wrong, that's why it's creating the problem. I told you then in normally in the LWC component, it's very difficult to find out that what is the exact reason we are getting.
yeah.
I don't know if it is the causing the result.id is creating the problem, because normally when you delete the record, we are not getting any ID. Let me check 1 second. Let me, if I delete the delete TCS, it's not giving any alert, but it's deleting.
Yeah, I think message will be like if anything happening in the message.
It can be. It can be. Okay. Forgot about that part because I have to check this particular one.
I think once the record is getting deleted, then where from the ID will come.
Yeah, that's why I'm thinking that it is actually creating this problem. Let me check if I can put the record ID here or not. But normally that means it is not, it will not answer in the insert in the result. Okay, let me check once again whatever the update I have given. Yeah, now it's coming. Your assumption is correct. Actually the result.id is not coming because normally if you delete no, the record id you will not get. Now
Yes.
the error is coming, sorry, the alert is coming, record deleted, which is the test record deleted. Now if you click the OK and just if you refresh it, then you will get that no test account is there. Okay.
So I think, Deepta, there is a limitation. Like in this case, if there is any error, then the
Mhm.
ID will not going to be deleted. Then we can have the error, right?
Hmm. Exactly. When means if you fire the delete operation and somehow it's failing for some of the reasons, let's say there is some custom validations or anything, anything can happen. So for that reason, the error should come, and the error you can display in the page that what is the error actually you are getting, or you can put in a console log, something like that. So that's why we are putting the try catch. Now here the record deleted successfully. That's why we are keep means we are getting this particular line. If something happens in error, we can put something different, but normally it's creating problem here. I don't know, we have to check the syntax. So as someone you mentioned that one part is static and one part is dynamic, that is not a problem. See here also one part is dynamic and one part is static, that but its alerts message alert part is actually displaying here. So it's not a problem, you can put anything, any message, one particular static part, and also you can add one dynamic part. But some of the syntax is wrong, that's why it's actually coming something like that, or it's coming as a error. I have to investigate and then I can say what is the
In the
exact.
catch part, Deepta, I had used some toast message. Then I don't.
Yeah, you can use the toast message as well.
Mm. So this error is coming right now as you had showed. In that time, I believe the error is not there. So that's why I just mentioned.
It can be. Okay, any questions in this particular one? Update and delete operation.
Aditya, in the delete operation, you have created the Apex class, like, and the update operation, you just imported the specific fields and object.
Yeah, you
And
can
the
also
delete,
write apex class there.
huh,
That
and
means if
the vice versa can be done. Like here, I
yeah,
can
then
also
you can
import the.
just I explain
Hmm.
here whatever I have done. I have actually um fetch the list of account, and in each account we have kept a individual delete button.
Right,
Now
right.
the same thing you can do. You can fetch a list of account, and in the individual account you can put a update button.
Update button as well. Yeah. Right.
So something like in the related sections you are getting, right? There is a
Hmm.
view button, there is a edit button, update or edit, whatever you want. The same kind of thing you can do, same kind of operations.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
So that's it from my side for today.
So only the phase the only the you only Apex class used for the like phase the records, and
Yes.
operation will be event will be fired in the in LWC part, right? Not
Yes.
using the Apex.
No, I'm telling you, yes, exactly. I'm
Okay.
telling you again. So just for this Apex class is written because we are fetching the list and we are displaying here. See, just in the where method, we are getting this list and then we are displaying in the list. This is the
Mm.
thing actually we are doing via Apex class. Okay. But the delete operations, that means this delete record operations, which is a decorator, it's in under UI record API. This delete operation, or you can say DML operations, for that we have not written anything in the Apex class. This is done via JS automatically.
If
Same
I
thing
want,
like that.
yeah, yeah. So if I want to use the Apex class for the delete operation, so I can we should use, right?
Definitely.
Yeah.
So see, actually, UI record API, why you use? It's a fast one. You don't have to think about every time the server call.
Yes.
That's
Yes.
why you are actually fetching the record. You are doing these operations and you are submitting the response to the server. That's why it's a very fast. That's why we are sometimes using the UI record API. Okay, that I
Okay.
am explaining. But via Apex class, you can do anything. Then you don't need this particular delete record decorator here to means to import for the Apex class use, because you can just do anything. Means this delete handler button, from this delete handler button you can call a Apex method, and in the Apex method you can pass the ID. Here actually we are keeping the ID, and you can pass the ID on this particular method, and here you can write a DML, and that DML means this method will do the delete operation. So you don't need that time this particular delete record decorator. You don't need this particular operations. This particular lines is not required for that.
Yeah, okay, understand.
Okay. Okay. So any more question?
No, Dipa.
Okay. Just I'm stopping the recording.